Welcome to The Passionate Pundits, your opportunity to expand your knowledge of natural health and healing, a practical and priceless alternative to modern Western medicine. With your host, holistic chiropractor Dr. Juliadeer, and nutritional consultant and life coach Deb St.Hilaire. This has been The Passionate Pundits with your host, holistic chiropractor Dr. Juliadeer, and nutritional consultant.
We really appreciate that. I'm Dr. Juliadeer, holistic chiropractor from Bay City, Michigan. And my lovely partner is Coach Deb St.Hilaire.
That was preoccupied.
Yeah. I was like, hey!
You over there.
Yeah. So welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our show about natural health and healing.
Yeah, so what's going on with you?
Well, as always, I'm super excited. Am I ever anything but super excited to be here?
No.
Right?
That's what I love about you.
Yeah, I just always get super passionate, thus the name of the show. But, you know, anytime I start thinking about teaching people about their body and natural healing and health, I just get super excited about it, and I get passionate about it, and therefore I am one of the passionate pundits here today.
And I'm the other.
Yay!
You can't have one without the other.
That's right. That's us. So what's been going on this week with you?
Well, lots of things. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to let you set this up on you.
On me?
Yeah. Well, this week, really not that much, but last week a lot of stuff happened, all good stuff.
Okay.
We have a brand new show that started.
Oh, yeah?
With Michelle Deer.
I think I know her.
I think you do, too, and it was really a fun show.
I actually listened to it.
It was really good, wasn't it?
It was good. And then we had dinner with them the other night. We met in Flint.
Fun.
Was it Flint? No, we met in Brighton. Because they live in Jackson, and we live up here in Bay City, so every once in a while we'll try to get together. So
that's brilliant.
They met us in Brighton, and we had dinner, and I was just congratulating her all over the place.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, that's stepping out of her comfort zone. I mean, she is stepping out of her comfort zone when she does that, but she's just going to get better and better and better at it.
I mean, what a great start, though.
Yeah,
so good for her. That was huge.
Exactly.
And then I finished my article for Women to Women magazine. That was monumental. And
is Sarah not Sarah happy?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Susan,
not Susan.
Yes.
I always
she
get her
sent me
up.
a nice little note. Are you almost finished?
Aw, Susan, not Susan. I love her.
She is a character. Yeah. And then today, I got my certificate for Law of Attraction practitioner.
Oh, my goodness gracious alive. Dun, 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 dun.
So that's beauty. That was really, really good for me. I wanted that badly. And
absolutely. Who did you go through, or how did you get that?
I went through an online program. I can't even tell you what they call themselves right now. I'd have to look. But
because you have your other show people
books,
who do Law of Attraction too. Kevin Young and
Suzanne Young. Their first show is starting next month.
Good.
And yeah, I'm real excited about that. They're wonderful people, and they're going on a cruise to see Abraham.
Ooh,
yeah, in March, I think.
Super exciting.
Yeah, I wish I could go so bad.
Right.
I asked them if I could go in their suitcase. It's frowned upon.
They said it's frowned upon?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're like fun sized. You would fit. I feel like if they tried to take me, in a trunk or something, it would not work out. The people who carried the luggage on would be like, "No, this is frowned upon."
What do you have in here? A lot of heavy clothes. I wear heavy clothes. That's what they are going to say
trunk.
to me.
Aren't we going on a ship? I thought I had to bring a steam trunk.
I have one, too.
Some of those things are really cool. This is like totally off topic, but I've seen some of those, and it's like your whole bedroom and closet in luggage.
Right. They're beautiful.
Amazing.
Right. I have one that has kind of a dome lid, so I could fit in there better and not be...
You'll have to poke some holes. Definitely poke holes.
So that's really cool. I was really happy about that.
Yeah, that is neat.
Thank you.
I like that. Anytime we can better ourselves in our learning and our understanding of the things we're trying to teach, right? Because that's really what it is. It's about clarification. I will never be an expert.
Right.
You want to know why I'll never be an expert?
Because there's always more to learn.
That's right. Uh-huh. That's right. I'm going to be a passionate pundit till my dying day.
Right.
But I will never be an expert because there's just so much. And I even tell my patients, I say, because they're always like in such awe, which sounds...
Well, you retain a lot of information. That brain of yours is rather amazing.
I don't know how it works, but it does. And, I get that a lot from people. They're just like, oh my gosh, you know so much. And honestly, I feel like I know this much. Like I'm pointing to my pinky tip, the tip of my pinky finger for those of you listening on radio. But I just know a little compared to what's out there and the knowledge that can be learned and the knowledge that can come. And so, I'm super thankful for what I do know, but there's always more out there to know.
Right.
So I wouldn't even dare to call myself an expert at this moment.
And that's what's so fun because in a lot of professions, you have to take continuing education.
You do. And by law, you have to keep your certifications and your licensure and all that, which is a good thing.
Right. And so I've kept that going with my coaching. That's why I'm always taking new things because I'm used to doing that. So I don't need it anymore. I mean,
absolutely. But it's bettering yourself.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Right. But it's also, here's the way I look at it. I am put here to serve. Mm-hmm. Whoever walks in this door, I am here to serve. Mm-hmm. And if the bigger the toolbox, the more I'll be able to help.
Absolutely. I feel exactly the same way. I feel like I have a huge bag of tricks next to
I'm going to start calling you Felix.
That's an old reference. I like that. But I have a huge bag of tricks compared to the average practitioner.
You do.
But even still, there are things out there
yeah.
I've never even heard of. I keep hearing new things. In fact, I wrote one down that I'd never heard of. Quantum, neurological, something. I was like, holy crap, I've never heard of that. I'm going to look into that.
Right, that's fun.
And I guarantee you, I will never probably go to the extent of learning it myself, but just being able to know that there is a practitioner out there that does that type of holistic healing and that I can send somebody
and
to
who
them.
It can help. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to, that's monumental right there. Just knowing what it is and who needs it.
Yes, because I can't do everything. And
No.
I know I can't do everything. So I am the best at what I do. But I don't try to do what everybody else does. Like the essential oils thing, I get people all the time asking me about essential oils. I'm like, well, I use them occasionally, but I am no expert by any means. I've not been schooled in them. So what I suggest is you talk to this person or you talk to that person or you call Michelle or you talk to whoever that is an expert in that realm. Do they work? Absolutely they work. Are they super helpful in many ways? Yes, absolutely. But I can't tell you which one to use at which time because I was not schooled in that.
Right. And that's like, I really educated myself on crystals. Mm-hmm. And I love oils and they work together so well, but oils are up to somebody else. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. And you can direct people if you
Right.
feel like they need them because you know enough about it to say, well, I think this might help you.
Right.
But you also know enough about your own knowledge that you're willing to say, but I'm not the one to tell you how to do it. We're going to get you to the right people.
Right.
So.
That's why I love our essential oils class. And the day that we made those crystal bracelets and we had lava rocks interspersed with the bracelets and we had an essential oils expert here with us.
Cool.
That was so fun.
I bet. And that's cool too because then you get to combine what you already know with learning more from experts. Mm-hmm. So that's what I like to do. I don't try to take care of everybody that comes through the door. I do my best and I do my part, but if it's something more or something different than what I'm doing, I definitely refer them out. because I'm not going to just keep trying. You know, if I feel like there's something missing and I'm not the one to give it to them, I'm going to definitely give them the advice to go seek that out. There are a lot of things that work well in combination with chiropractic.
Right.
So I am able to advise people, but not necessarily be the one, you know,
Right.
and that's okay. I don't have to be the one. I feel a lot of times, like in the medical industry, you'll get these, like general practice MDs who think they're specialists. And you go in there for something that really requires a specialist, and they're like, you know what? Stick with me for a couple months. I think I can figure this out. And I'm like, maybe. But I really would like to see a specialist about that. I mean, I feel like I know as much as they do. Not the average person, maybe, but I feel like I know just about as much as they do.
Right.
So
especially
I feel like,
about systems.
And I'm like, I really want to talk to a specialist.
Because if you think about it, a specialist, let's talk about why you think you should go to a specialist. They are up to date on everything, all the latest findings, all the latest techniques, just like you are.
Well, plus they practice that stuff every day.
And right. So their knowledge of it is so much more in depth.
It is, and it's more focused.
Right.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, you go to an MD for anxiety. Well, they can prescribe whatever they want to prescribe. They have the license that says they can prescribe anything. Anything that's prescribable, they can prescribe as a GP.
Right.
So now they're thinking, okay, well, you've got anxiety. Let's try you on this. Let's try you on this. Let's try you on this. How many patients walk through their door that they treat with anxiety on a daily basis? Probably not a lot. You know, it's probably a mishmash. It's probably a mixed bag that comes through their door every day. I know it is for me. I don't know. You know, I get people that come in for anxiety, but it's once in a while. It's once a month,
and
maybe twice a month.
Sometimes it maybe isn't always anxiety,
right?
Or maybe it's something that is in the guise of
That's
anxiety, and it's not.
That's where I can help, because I can help with anxiety through structural and nervous system and hormones and things like that. So I help a lot with anxiety, but I'm just going to use that for instance, that when the medical people who are not specialists start prescribing these very powerful psychotropic drugs to people, they take on the responsibility of managing this patient because they've decided that they're not going to refer them to a psychiatrist, or they're not going to refer them to a specialist in this area. They're going to do it themselves. Then at that point, I feel as if we're sort of guinea pigging our patients.
That's a good term.
You know, we're like, let's try this with you. Well, I don't know much about it, but I've heard this word. Let's try this with you. And they may not say all those words, but that's what they're thinking.
Right.
They're thinking, well, I had a patient one time
Right.
in band camp who needed anxiety meds, and they did really good with Prozac. So let's try that. You know, it's like you don't know how much background that they have. But if I go to a psychiatrist, I guarantee you every person walking through his door had a mental problem, or had anxiety, or had depression, or had something that he had to medicate.
And they delve into it and find out the root cause instead of just masking the symptoms.
Yes. Not only that, but they went to school as long as the GP and became a GP, and then decided to go to school for like 4 to 6 more years to be a psychiatrist, and then became that. So they have all of this schooling on top of what the GP has. They do this every day. They manage cases with pharmaceutical medications on the daily. They're the experts. Send me to him. Send me to the guy that does gallbladder surgeries 30 times in a day. Don't send me to the guy that does it once a month.
Right. Same with knees.
That's why I would want a specialist.
Right. I couldn't agree with you more.
I want somebody who does this all the time. I want it to be old hat to them. I don't want it to be like, oh, I get to test my knowledge that I learned 4 years ago and haven't used since. I'm gonna test this out. Let's see how good I can get these people. Like, I don't agree with that. Okay.
No, and there's a circumstance after circumstance that we could, I even personally could go over that I'm not going to.
Right.
But the specialist gets to the root cause.
That's right. And they know where to delve.
Right.
So I have a friend right now who was taken to the hospital. She doesn't live close to